Today, we're going to be talking about the artist, Winslow Homer. Winslow Homer was born in 1836. This is what it looked like in 1836. There were no cars, there were no airplanes, and there were no huge buildings. Those things weren't even invented yet. When Winslow was a child, kind of like you guys out there, he didn't have TV or video games. Back in the 1800s, those things weren't invented yet either. So what did he do for fun? Well, great question. He spent most of his days just hunting and fishing and hiking. Have you ever taken a hike before? When Winslow Homer grew up and it was time for him to get a job, he started drawing pictures for a newspaper. This job title is called an illustrator. An illustrator is a person that draws and colors the pictures in books. So now he's got a nice job working for the newspaper. Then all of a sudden, the Civil War broke out. The Civil War was a really big war that started at this time, back in the 1800s. Winslow drew pictures of the soldiers and how they passed their time. Well, the war was over, and that was that, so Winslow Homer started drawing pictures of children and country life. Oh, and guess what? Winslow Homer was self-taught. Do you know what self-taught means? Imagine not going to school anymore and not having a teacher to help you learn to read and write. And instead, you had to teach yourself. That sounds like it'd be really hard, right? Well, that's what Winslow Homer did. He taught himself how to draw and paint all by himself. No help from anyone else. When Homer got older, he moved to Maine. He set up a studio right by the ocean and spent the rest of his life painting the ocean, the sky, and the people in the area. These paintings are the ones he is most famous for. Well, that's about all you need to know about Winslow Homer. He was a really good artist, he moved to Maine, and he lived in the 1800s. Totally cool.